must be
Can't make this out.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe this is it. Do you see that? Do you see that?
2766 to 2780. These dates are
14
from the old
years.
Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
Jesus. Alright.
2780 to 2830.
50
I'm guessing
years.
these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
I hate that the stone doesn't match and that it's hovering above some of the statues.
Nothing here either. Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one. 2942 to 2956.
14
This would
years.
mean keepers were at the spire for at least...
444 years.
That sounds about right.
Crabble.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
You mean an elevator?
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante. Cut off life support here.
God damn. Kind of fucking brutal.
This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Go on.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
Seems like it was the last stand. You know, judging by all the last stand.
Hold on, Addie. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon.
Oh my god, shut up, Control.
An emergency exit?
For certain, it opens to the moon's surface.
Not going there yet.
Yet.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Whoa.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
So.
On one condition.
Oh my god.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue
Wow.
with me alone.
Whoa, hang on. No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addie.
The emergency
that.
exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
Yeah,
The door leads out into the storm?
Control's been the most
To your
annoying
certain
fuck.
demise. Yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm?
It's an important decision, to be sure.
Yeah,
You must
I'll
not do
go
this,
with the
Adam.
airlock.
In
Control's a
taking
fucking
this
asshole.
risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
Considering how much
This
of
is
a
what
prick
can
you are,
happen
yes.
when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
The story.
God, why does Control's voice sound so familiar?
Hello? Must be
Well,
interference
I'm
from the
without
storm.
everyone anyways.
Addie,
Alan?
Oh,
where are you?
Alan!
I was right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
No, there's oxygen in
good,
there. I'm
Alan.
fine.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd
Well,
listened to
speak
you, we
faster.
wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not
Kinda.
exactly, but I'm working with her oldest service to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get that.
Alan? Alan!
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do I have a choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addie. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Yeah, also that's
man.
fucking crazy. It's fine
How
when
do you
it's
know where
like
this
10
is headed?
feet and like
I
will
don't.
land fine.
But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
It's certainly more sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age. This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
Ugh.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
Sounds
you
like
really
I'm
want
coming
from
here with
Grace?
faith or
I'm not
something.
sure. This is Martian.
What does it say?
It says, let her rest.
As in leave her alone?
People wanted her to go away.
Or didn't want her disturbed.
It's like the giant
You know,
fucking monoliths
We
we
don't
build
let AI
around
make any important decisions
structures
anymore.
to contain our nuclear
But
waste.
most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that.
Any other writing?
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see?
Vanity at its most basic. Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you weren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself?
Hey, do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty
Maybe.
deep thought, pal.
Yeah. So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a
Just
shuttle
like
crash with a human pilot. There was an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
Was it me?
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
Oh, it was definitely me. Confided with Mom.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
This wasn't so bad then.
Here.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to
Logic,
limit my
can you
options.
Stop being a bitch. I recognize that we were talking over the AIs and dialogue during a lot of this, and I kind of want to apologize for that. I'll try to do better in the future.
What's this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
With considerable help from one of us, perhaps.
You don't need to take that. The path keeps going. We can see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start
16.
mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck
what's this
around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well.
16,
But I'm
32,
here if you
64.
require my assistance.
Got it.
You're so smart, Addie.
Compared to what?
Why
the
wouldn't you
fuck
let me
up,
help you with
Grace.
the override?
It's only natural to want to do things yourself.
It seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
It's satisfying to do the work sometimes.
Neither view is wrong. Both can be true. Much like many things in life.
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
That's convenient. For once. There. Who needs control?
You took a foolish risk, Addie.
Shut up!
But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
Yes, well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Shut up.
Yes, always with the beacon.
One. Oh, loading screen.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
Thanks, empathy.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Where? It must be like on like the side of the helmet. The light.
Pretty basic accommodations.
Looks like there's 6 rooms.
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
Shut up!
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
Come on. There we go.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the inner circle wanted Grace
Alright.
shut down.
Nothing in here. Slightly ajar.
Another canister.
Perfect.
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours. We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper.
I'm hoping that recorded. And this one just doesn't even have a bed. Okay. I imagine that was maybe Everett's and he took his bed in here with him.
This door certainly looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Don't tell me it's control.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door, so I assume it represents the Keeper. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop,
Sure.
I guess?
And the unwashed masses.
And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Fuck you, Logic. You're such a bitch. Was there the... Oh. I can't move away. Okay, was there this human figure in
Looks
the
like
middle
someone's
before?
being selected from a group.
A
Another
human
one?
sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the
I
Keeper.
don't think it's a
The
sacrifice.
depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history. So
there's still...
if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here. Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new Keeper.
That's idiotic.
Fuck you, Logic. Hello, I would like
I'm
to
the
keep...
Keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I am the Keeper.
I'm the Keeper.
Congratulations on
Yeah,
your new
fuck you,
job,
Logic.
Addie.
Yeah, congrats.
My God. This is really it.
Whoa.
This must be where all the wishes end up.
This is Saturn. No, that's... I'm gonna take that again. And this must be Jupiter. Nailed it.
Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement.
I am God now.
What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Literally unplayable.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around.
Yeah, just looking around.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons. Huh. It still works. Well, let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job. Decent-sized bed. You think keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
He didn't keep much in the way of
Massive
personal
busy.
items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years. Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed.
Well, can I open it? Can I look in it?
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
I'm just
Maybe.
fucking exploring. Looking for a secret ending. I wasn't expecting this, but I might have to actually replay. Let's see what control, like giving up control to control. Or I'll just look it up on YouTube.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Ah, so I wouldn't have been able to do this if I gave up the device to control.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
That is true. Lever.
Ah. One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. You don't suppose Everett crawled in here?
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of Grace. It is not for you to enter.
Fucking
What else is
control,
there
I am
for me to do
becoming God.
here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of a AI literally called Control being in control. Plus, I'm an archaeologist. I need to explore and shit, right?
Well, I fit.
Okay.
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside. Only the switch on the console will raise the container.
Alright, now hustle back.
This is not allowed, Addy.
Shut the
I
fuck
need
up.
to know.
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addy.
Yes, Mom. Look, it's not even closing. Holy shit. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We're broken to heaven. Oh boy. What in the fuck?
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here. I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
Hey, so you're all a collection of...
The wishes are
wishes?
grouped together
Understand.
to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Not really, but sure. There's a bed here.
I do not detect
how the
any
bed
sign
got
of
here.
effort here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Where the fuck
Sorry,
did he
pal.
go?
And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone?
I like how Pal really just wanted to see it.
Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring grace must have meant a great deal to him.
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Yeah.
Is this a primer?
Generator?
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
He was working on his machine to the very end.
Where the fuck did he go then?
You'll have to prime the machine
Oh, like,
first.
yeah, got it.
You'll need to find the active primer.
This must be the primer.
It is.
What gave it away? Yeah, I've done this before. Just like old times, right, Control?
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage
What does
is
that
being
mean?
directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems.
is
This
it?
first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
See, Pal's not all stupid, right, Pal? I totally insulted him earlier. He proved himself.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
How the fuck?
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Huh? What? And what do you want me to do about it? You want me to go kick it back into place?
Do you
Oh
think
my
it
God,
will
you really do.
hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
Yeah, it's just like
What
dying.
if I don't
You
like being
feel it.
Grace?
It will
Sucks
be
for you, Kayla.
different. But who's to say you won't like it?
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
So,
I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you, and I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna
I do
talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out
I
of
like
your way.
how it's the
Okay.
combination of the centers.
I'm ready when you are.
Do it.
So control and empathy, pal.
Here I go.
Empathy and logic being mom, and only those colors.
How you doing,
letting
pal?
up.
So far, so good.
Don't tell me you sound pain like you're struggling.
Keep moving, Addie.
Oh, come on, you're an AI.
Hard.
I would if I didn't have to.
You have to hold
fucking
on, pal.
steady myself. What the fuck?
Well done. Hold on,
Oh
Addie.
my god.
Please hurry.
You'll have to move, Addie.
I would love to.
I can't hold it.
Hurry, Addie.
You're an AI. Shut up. You can hold it.
You did it, pal.
Literally
Super
unplayable.
proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
Huh?
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That.
That's it.
Right, now how do I get it back?
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Listen, pal.
Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is
Flying
nothing
to my
wrong
death.
with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Thank you,
Do we
empathy.
really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
And next, we're gonna
It's unclear
paralyze
what
logic,
we will be once Grace is formed.
and then only control will be
But
in
I'm
charge.
forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
Everett, pal.
You
who
really
else
are
was
the
AI?
best, Daddy.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to
Hey,
prime the
logic.
next sequence, Addie.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Yeah, I
Still
don't.
not a fan of empathy?
I'd really like
A
no
fan?
send off.
No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
See,
Are
exactly.
you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
What this time?
God damn it.
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician.
Apparently so.
One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
Something faith, God, pilgrimage, I don't know.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, on.
Off. On. 113.
That's it.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment, I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I've found that?
So far, You've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it. Just you and me, Control.
Hey, dickhead.
Still sulking, I see.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
Man, I really
You
hope
must
this
not do this,
works.
Addie.
Come on. Yes. Fuck you, Control.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
No, don't do it.
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural.
No, it's not.
You
Shut up.
must not proceed.
Come on.
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
Motherfucker, I haven't even
Just
talked to
trying
him.
to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are ensuring... No!
Shut up, Control.
Grace?
Yes, Addie.
Hello.
You're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
Yeah.
I'd like to know that, yes.
Why were
Let
you
me
shut
show
down?
you, Addie. At the center of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way. I was
Sure.
programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind.
And
There was much
humankind needed
conflict
to...
and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All
Have I
were
always had
welcome to
boobs?
teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that was sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
So why stop?
Wow. Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive
Yeah,
for.
there it is.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that red bloom you chose in my garden?
Huh?
It was flush with passion and promise. I'm not sure it suits you after all. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully. You, Addie, are precisely what I hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
And... oh, you don't actually choose. Hardest choices require the strongest wills. Return to Grace. I like that a lot of the achievements in this game were just kind of memes. That is kind of cool. I liked this. Troll Dick Terhune. Or Dick Terhune? I don't know. Remind me to Google that name. Yeah, this was really cool. The idea of a godlike being making everything perfect. I mean, it's a bit Matrixy. Obviously, a lot of like God kind of imagery and symbolism and metaphor, whatever. But yeah, this was actually really interesting to play through. And well, assuming anyone actually watches this, you kind of got the gist of the story. Otherwise, yeah, I'd recommend giving it a play. It's a walking simulator game, so I mean, you experience it, it's kind of
small excursion,
oh?
She said.
Hey, Alan.
Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety.
Yeah, we did kind of trash him.
All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
I mean, I couldn't really. I was falling out of it. Give her another 20 minutes, but that's it. Witnessed Alan's fate.